Next up, a man that needs no introduction because he is everywhere. Farhan Lalji from BC High School Football. Thanks, Julio. My pleasure to be here today. And I sent a letter to a number of alumni after Kelly got hired. And the point I wanted to make is that for me, I spent 3 years as an employee at Simon Fraser University, and I went to school there, and certainly Klansman Red and Blue is very near and dear to my heart, but I'm here as a person that's involved in high school football, and somebody who wants a fantastic collegiate program that kids want to aspire to play in. And I think that's such an important thing for young men to be able to set goals to play at the highest level. I know when I was a kid growing up, playing at SFU was a big deal. It really was. When I first got to work up at Simon Fraser, and I got a chance to connect with people across Canada, Simon Fraser was a big deal. In the Northwest, Simon Fraser was a big deal. And in the last couple of years, Simon Fraser's kind of got disconnected at times. And we've had some coaches, and the program's been through some transition. And it's, I think the program has kind of just not been as connected as it had been in the past to amateur football, to high school football. And I think the man that has been hired to lead this team now is the right guy to get Simon Fraser back to those ideals. Kelly Bates is a guy that is not just a former Canadian Football League player. Kelly Bates is a guy that is invested in British Columbia. He's invested in the Lower Mainland. He cares about how these kids develop, and he cares about where they're going to get to play. I've known Kelly for a long time, and I remember one time, I think our kids were just about one each, right? And Kelly was over at the house for Lucas's birthday, and we sat down and we were talking about a plan that he had. And I'm not going to get into the details because he asked that I never do that. But it was a plan that he had about building football in a particular location and how eventually it would put him in a leadership position and things like that. And the detail with which he was speaking, and he was still a player at the time. And so many players decide they want to get into coaching because they just really don't know what else to do. It's either get into television or get into coaching, because I'm not ready for anything else, right? And Kelly had the passion to coach football and to work with young people at that time. It wasn't just making it up as you went along. It was detail, it was commitment, it was understanding about what it was going to take. So when I get people now that say, he hasn't had head coaching experience, or he hasn't coached American football and all that stuff, I don't care. I know the man, I know he's got character, I know he's got integrity. I know that if I'm an SFU alum and I can associate that brand with Kelly Bates and he's representing us, that's fantastic. So for all of you that may have been frustrated by the process or anything like that, put all of that away. Let's move on, let's move forward, because we've got a guy with character and integrity that's going to run our program and take it to the next level. And to take it back to where I started, I'm not here as an SFU alum. I've coached high school football in this province for 26 years. And it's so important to me that I can send my players to a place where they're going to get so much out of it that they're going to improve as men, that they're going to finish those 4 or 5 years at that university. They're going to be impacted by a person who cares about them and is going to make them a better person. Kelly Bates is that guy. Welcome him, support him, be patient, and be there for him, because he's going to be there for the kids in our province for a long time. Thank you.